Started processing this caribou. I have 25 pounds of beef fat. I was been in the freezer all night. I like to keep it chilled. It makes it easier to grind when you throw it in the grinder. There's also about 6 trays of caribou meat that's in the freezer as well, but the freezer isn't completely cold, so the caribou meat's not frozen like this. I don't like it to be completely frozen because then you risk meat getting freezer burnt. So what I'm going to do is run it through the bigger grinder plate, get them nice and ground up, and then I'll ground them again with a smaller one once I get ready to do the caribou. Alright, basically what I'm going to do now is take the caribou meat and some of the fat, and I'm going to mix them in this bowl, and then I'm going to put the smaller grinding plate, this one, on the grinder. And then basically that's going to join the beef fat and the caribou together, and then I'll start packaging it. Do like a little bit of caribou meat, and then about a baseball's worth of fat. And mix those together. About 2 baseballs worth of caribou meat, and then a baseball of fat. Now you can also measure this out, but one, that takes too long for me. 2, I don't really mind that much about how accurate it is. Basically it should come out looking like this. This is pretty decent. And then obviously they're going to run them through the grinder again, and they're going to kind of mix together. This stuff is super cold right now, which is what you want. You don't want it getting hot, because then you run into the risk of your meat spoiling. So I like to just set it on top just like that. Get another little baseball fat, put it on there. Mix it all together. Now you want to make sure you do mix this really good, or else you're going to have way too much fat in some of the spots. You definitely want this part to be pretty evenly spread. You definitely want to dig down in there. As you can see, some spots are more red than other spots. They don't have as much fat, so you definitely want to take your time to mix all this nice and good. Right now I might add a little bit more fat. I'm not seeing that much. So I'd like half a baseball of fat. You don't want too much fat because then you're kind of overpowering the caribou. Obviously you want more caribou to eat than you do beef fat. So this whole goal here is to have caribou, not. And the whole reason to adding fat is kind of like if you ever had a hamburger and you put it on the grill, and as soon as you start cooking it, it starts falling apart, right? So what the beef fat does is all the fat and oils in the beef fat kind of holds it together. So that was not fully 2 baseballs worth of caribou meat, so we'll add just a little bit less of the fat. I'm just eyeballing the whole thing. Like I said in my other videos, it's what I do with everything. If you ever had a hamburger or something and you put it on the grill and it started to fall apart, that's basically because it's really lean. And lean meaning that it's more so just the actual meat and there's not that much fat in it. Ever seen Wagyu beef or something? Wagyu beef has a lot of fat in it. Like Wagyu steaks and stuff, they have a lot of fat, so they have a lot of fatty contents and they hold together and they're real juicy. That's why they're really sought after by a lot of people. Yeah, you want to make sure this stuff is actually really clean while you're doing this. because obviously your meat and everything has to go through here before it goes into the bowl. And this also can stop up your grinder pretty quick, so. This is what it should start looking like, right here. So you basically see like the white pieces of fat in the meat. So basically what I want to do is lay this out. Again, about a softball size of meat. Throw this in the bag. What I like to do when I package them is I actually like to flatten them out. That way when you go to defrost it, it doesn't take that long. So you literally flatten it out just like this. Get all the air pockets out before you start sealing it. And you want to kind of make it, I mean, I like to make it nice and neat. You don't have to. That way when you put it in the freezer, you have more room. So I like these little, to make little squares out of it, get it as flat as I can. And then go ahead and vacuum seal it. You want to make sure you get those air pockets out as it starts to seal. This is what I use to make spaghetti. I make baked ziti. I make like all kinds of stuff with this caribou, ground caribou. So that's pretty much it. You just get this little flat pack, and then once you're ready to cook it, you just throw it in the sink, and it takes literally probably 10 minutes for it to defrost if you do it that way, if you flatten it out.